study. So where were you living on?
Peace. We in Brooklyn, and before I head back to Nigeria and Ghana, Africa in a few days, I have to get that knowledge. I have to soak it up. So this is one of the brothers from when I was young running these streets. Everybody used to mock him, but everything's about signs and symbols, and that's how we communicated. That's the mythic apperception of primeval man. This is how we always communicated. So now we've been desynthesized. So when we see my brother here, and you see the color scheme, and you see the symbols, you're likely to suspect, oh, something wrong with this brother. So I just wanted him to share some of the information that empowered me when I was young, and now took me a course where I'm able to empower others. So I just give the credit to my good brother, my elder, Dr. Bidi, and he gonna drop it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother Polight. I would like to begin by saying it is very important that we comprehend that.
Hold that for me, G. Facts. Yeah.
It is very important that we comprehend that, irrespective of our ages, knowledge doesn't come to us based upon the physical number that is attached to our body. And therefore, we should always remember that every individual, irrespective of race, color, or creed, is always a student first and sometimes a teacher. With reference to my brother Polight, on the physical plane, he's younger than me, but me credit him with more quantitative knowledge than myself, even though my physical body is 65 years old right now. And so therefore, I would like you to remember, if you don't remember anything, that we are always students and sometimes teachers. Now, I would like to share with you quickly that my religion title is me a Melchizedek priest, and my physical title on the earth, me is a lieutenant, meaning that me have specific reference in religion, my rank, and on this earth, my rank is lieutenant, which means second also, because on earth, the first ranking officer is the captain. So all those notations and words that they want to say is about captain doesn't really exist. The English word captain comes from the Latin word caput, which means your head. When you look at your physical body and you see your head, there's nothing above your head. And so therefore you must observe that. So underneath the word head, our captain is the word lieutenant, which is what me is. Now again, I would like to just quickly say this. A lawyer is someone who studies and practices the supreme God in heaven law. And an attorney, A-T-T-O-R-N-E-Y, is an individual who studies and practices man-made statutes, regulations, and codes. It must be remembered that with reference to etymology, the word attorney, A-T-T-O-R-N-E-Y, equal A-T-T-O-R-N-E, equal A-T-T-O-R-N. And therefore, when you etymologize the word attorney, you will learn that an attorney, who is an attorney, he is a feudal land usurper real estate business agent.
Wow.
That is the original meaning. As a result, in 1873 in England, the Judicature Act of 1873 in England abolished the word attorney. And so we should remember that when we go into the court rooms, we should have a lawyer, not an attorney. Quickly, the word attorney does not exist in the USA Constitution. And the word attorney does not exist in the Holy Bible. In the USA Constitution, Article 6, it says, among other things, an accused shall have the assistance of counsel for his defense. It said nothing about an attorney. And in the Holy Bible, the word attorney doesn't exist. The words that exist are lawyer, counselor, and counsel. Thank you for listening.
So I wanna ask.
So like he was reading them on.
I know they're gonna think that paper. I know they think he's reading off that paper. Cause he has the paper right there. They probably think he read all of that.
There's no way all that he just said is on that paper.
They have no idea.
So
No way.
Yeah. But is that true?
I know. I'm telling you, they're gonna think that. Yo.
Powerful.
Yo, listen. He's a beast, man. In the best sense of the word. So you're dealing with etymology. He deals with etymology. Trust me, it's on a whole nother level. It makes language exciting. That's why I started going into so many different languages, because I used to listen to people like my brother Bidi. I can't say people like him, he's one of a kind, but I would listen to him come in his personage and break this information down, and I would go back home like, yo, it sounded beautiful. You feel me? So I'm like, I gotta find me one of those books. And that was one of the first big words that I've learned when I dropped out of school, was etymology from him.
Wow.
And cool. I had got me a Black's Laws Dictionary, first edition. I got me the Etymological Dictionary of the Comprehensive American Language, which was like a $600 book. I'm in the hood paying $600 for a book instead of the Jordans. And everybody looking at me like, yo, I said, yo, I'm saving this bread up. They like, oh, to get the 15s or something. I'm like, nah, I gotta get this etymology book. They're like, what's that? I'm like, yo, queen takes you to whore, and nice can take you to ignorant. And then I'm thinking of the psychology of the word nice, meaning ignorant, right? Yeah. So then I'm like, if someone do something for you and you don't anticipate it nor understand it, you're ignorant of why they made that concession. So henceforth, they did something nice. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like going into this like, this shit is deep. Son. You feel what I'm saying? And the way the human psychology works, you can't evade truth. So even if it's a form of semantics, truth is being told. So whether it's hysterectomy or history-rectomy, right, with the sisters or the library, the television televising your vision, have programs program your mind, channel into your mind through the programming. It sounds like semantics, but the thing is, our first instinct is to tell truth first, then lie. So you're always going to pause before you lie. And even so much so, you're going to go to the upper left-hand corner of your site if you're looking to create, because that's your imagery construction area. So if you're looking up left, you're tapping into the bottom right of your brain because your eyes is connected to the brain. Fact. So you're looking at people's mind technically when you look at their eyes. Wow. You feel what I'm saying?
Repeat that one more time.
Oh, your eyes is connected to the brain. So let's say you're looking to remember smell. You instinctively, you're designed to look downward to remember smell. If you're looking to remember how something smells, you're going to look down. That's how you design. So nature always going to create telltale signs. So no one can escape truth. No one can understand the physiological structure of the human body. So if you get ready to lie or create, you look in the upper left-hand corner.
Wow.
So if I say, man, what was you doing last night? And you go up there, you're about to create some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know that you're hesitant and reluctant to speak first because now you have to be constructive. You have to create it. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same place you go when you look in the drawer. So we were not designed to be liars. And because of that, there's signs. Even like iridology, we can tell through the darks of your eyes the genetic predisposition you have to, in turn, eventually get a disease. And then on the whites of your eyes, we can tell what's already precipitating. Like if we go to the 6 o'clock region of your eye, bottom 6 o'clock, where 6 is at, like it's a clock, we'll know that you're suffering from pancreatic issues if you have a red line going down it. You know, I could tell that something's wrong with your gallbladder if you have a gray dot on the white of your eyes around 3 o'clock. Wow. You feel what I'm saying? So we never had to go to the doctor for diagnosis, because if you have a long line going down your tongue, you have liver issues. If a woman doesn't breastfeed after she gives birth to a child, the child changes poles and it causes the uterus to shift. And so the way nature designed it, if she breastfeeds the child, not only will she get rid of the excess weight that she gains from the child during the conception process or gestation process, every time the child sucks from her mammary glands or her teats, then what'll happen is her uterus will shift back into its right pole. Wow. But the way nature works, if she chooses not to give the right means to feed the child, her uterus will remain shifted from when the child changed poles. And this is going to cause a biological earthquake, because now the spine is going to be out of alignment. And if the spine is out of alignment, now she's inclined towards some form of psychosis or inconsistency in emotions, because the spine is the direct current from which the brain channels signals or transmits signals to everybody. So this is why we understand bad posture is linked to insanity. Why? When have you seen in the hood somebody gangbanging with good posture?
Never.
You never see someone standing straight, busting their gun. So we act territorial, bad posture, and ask who's on my block, like we're primitive. Because bad posture linked to insanity.
On some gorilla shit.
That's a fact. So bad posture linked to insanity all the way. So if a woman doesn't breastfeed, her spinal column is compromised. She compromised the integrity of her spinal column because the uterus won't shift back into position as nature ordained. You feel what I'm saying? So, and then when she breastfeeds, there's a chemical called, or a hormone called oxytocin that's secreted upon breastfeeding. Oxytocin is called the truth hormone or the bonding hormone. It's designed by nature. If she breastfeeds, the hormone oxytocin is secreted, and it causes an affinity for her to defend and protect and bond with her child. So the woman that don't breastfeed, she's not as bonded or connected to the child. Now oxytocin is
real point, brother.
yes. Now that's nature that set it up like that. We go against nature, we break the law. We break the law, there has to be a consequence. You feel what I'm saying? So now watch this real quick. Oxytocin is also in what? If you ever find money on the street, and you realize, oh man, I got $100. You get this sensation like, whoa, you excited. That sensation is like oxytocin. Now watch this. If you ever donate to someone and your money was kind of short, but you say, you know what, this person looks like they needed more, but damn, I'm thinking about not doing it, but you do it, and then you see the impact it has on them, that feeling that you get, that sensation, that tingling, great feeling is called oxytocin. If you work hard for your money, and you actually get compensated the right amount of money, if not more, oxytocin is produced. You feel good. You bond to it, and now what? It makes you want to work more. If you're working out and you start seeing the results, you start getting addicted to the workout because you're being compensated duly. These are natural highs. We were born into this world to be high. We're supposed to get high in this world. It's a fact. They teach us otherwise. Naturally. So now, if you don't know how to get a high through philanthropy, get a high through donation, get a high through working hard and being compensated properly, then you start beseeching synthetic forms of the same. And guess what oxytocin is also in? It's in crack, it's in cocaine, and it's in cigarettes.
Facts.
So if you don't know how to get a natural high, you're going to beseech synthetic forms of the same. And now you see a whole community here on drug addiction because they don't know how to establish and or sustain a natural high.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? Which we can get. Women get it through breastfeeding. We get it through investments. We get it. So now when you work a job and they're not paying you right, they're cheating you or depriving you of your high. When you don't have enough money to invest to get a return, you're getting cheated of your natural high.
That's why you be like, yo, this job blowing my high, man.
Exactly what we say. Exactly what we say. So it's always in the chemistry. Even when a person gets upset, the nucleus of an atom in its outermost valence can only hold 2 electrons in the first valence and 8 electrons in all the other valence. When a person gets upset, they get so angry, heat rises. So this causes what in the bodies? The sodium molecule winds up thrusting one of the electrons off. So now that the electron is missing from the sodium atom in the body, guess what happens? It's unstable. So now the first thing it's going to do is look to bond with another atom. Okay? And so the first atom that it has an affinity, this bond is called covalent bonding. So when an atom needs to perform a form of polygamy with another atom in order to stay stable, it has to share electrons. So when you get upset, one electron thrusts off of sodium and it becomes unstable. So now the first atom that is more compatible with is what? The first atom that is more compatible with is chloride in your body. The chloride is used to maintain metabolism, generate energy for the cell, right? And also alleviate disease from the body. Same way you put chlorine in the pool.
Okay.
So now the sodium atom, because you're angry, is unstable because an electron thrusts off its outermost valence, so it's missing an electron. So what it does, it covalently bonds with the chloride atom. So now you got NaCl. What's NaCl? Sodium chloride. What is that? When a person gets upset, we say, why you acting all salty, right?
Wow.
Your body produces salt when you get angry. And henceforth, you get what? High blood pressure. So you can eat healthy, right? But when people say, Brother Polight, what's the number one thing we should have in our diet? Good people around you. Because people can produce the very thing you're looking to escape from eating bad food.
Wow.
You create the same poisons you're looking to escape through bad food and bad company. So you produce salt whenever you get upset. So if you're in a workplace where people get you angry, or your wife is constantly getting you angry, you're producing more salt than need be. Table salt at that. Your body's creating table salt. And your blood pressure rises. And thus you become salty. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's crazy out here, man.
It's real talk, man.
This is what we do in Brooklyn, man. We go to a barbershop, we chop it up. This is a different one from the last one. But all the barbershops, for the most part, man, we get the wave on, man. We do the knowledge. That's why I miss Brooklyn. But yeah, we gonna go back to this legend right here. Just building. But yeah, we create table salt in ACL whenever we get upset. And henceforth, when the brothers be like, the young brothers be like, man, you acting all salty. That's exactly what you're doing. Acting all salty. And your blood pressure rises from the anger because of the association of table salt.
Funny how everything's all associated.
Yeah, it wakes you up. The knowledge wake you up. And that's why I said we can't escape truth in something subconscious. Because what would make the young brothers and sisters say, stop acting salty, almost as they understood it on a chemical level.
Wow.
We always speak truth to power. You feel what I'm saying? We always speak truth.
The young ones
I would just like to add to what my brother Polight has just said, that we have two particles. Everyone who studies particle physics, which is a branch of physics, must know about two particles. The first one is called positron. It is always positively charged. And its counterpart is called electron, which is always negatively charged. It must be remembered that when we study solar physics, we're going to learn that the sun gives off only two particles. One is called proton, one is called positron. Now, the sun gives off a multiplicity of protons and positrons, which are positively charged. Now, melanin in itself, in its essence, melanin is acidic in nature. And that is why when dark-skinned melanized individuals go in the sun, they get darker, because the sun giving off the protons and the positrons, which create what is called fusion with their body. On the other hand, our albino pale-skinned Caucasian brothers, they have a multiplicity of electrons in their skin. Because electron is negatively charged, when they go in the sun's positively charged particles coming in contact with their negatively charged particles create a problem for them. So on their skin, physics notation is fission. Black people's skin, we have fusion are coming together. Albino pale skin, Caucasian people's skin have what is called fission, F-I-S-S-I-O-N, things tearing apart and bursting. Wow. As a result, that's why their skin look red if they stay in the sun too long. When we use the microscope and were to examine their skin, we will see that their skin is literally on fire, because the sun positron hitting their skin electron is like when you have the poles of your battery. One pole, the jump cable, is negative, one pole is positive. So the positive pole is like the positrons coming from the sun. The negative pole is like negatively charged. So when you touch it, the two cables together on the jump cable and the battery, you see the sparks. Well, that is exactly what is happening microscopically in the skin of Caucasian people, hence the redness and the sores. Wow. Thank you, Brother Polight.
Going in. You know that melanin is, when you see full spectrum light solidified, because we building. So when you see full spectrum light solidified, it becomes the melanocyte. So that's important, because whenever full spectrum light, the 19th spectrum of the sun, when full spectrum light solidifies, it becomes the melanocyte, right? So technically, and actually I should say, we're light-skinned people, because the darker you are, the lighter you are.
Thank you, brother, for that.
And the colored people are the white man, because you can see everything going on, just direct. You can see all the colors in his veins and everything. So full spectrum light solidified is or constitutes the melanocyte. And this is why it's all about draining our energy, because when you trap light, you put it in a prism. And so they tend to trap our light as we are light beings and put us in a prison. And thus, it's about stealing our energy, so they put us in what? A cell, like Duracell. And you may even get locked up for assault and battery. And that's why they charge you for a crime. So it's all about energy. You feel what I'm saying? They charge you for crimes, hit you with assault and battery, put you in the cell, and throw you in their prism or prison, all to take away your light. So this is the type of energy we dealing with, and that's why the truth is always in the words. Whether it's a form of semantics or whether it's etymology, the truth is always in the words. And we got to be hip to it and wake up to it and be able to respond to it on sight. Because the more we understand the words, like I say, words are our GPS to reality. So based on the words you use and what frequency will determine where the direction in your life goes. Words are GPS to reality. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Let me just add this word up for life.
Yes.
Last thing. I would like to say this to every brother and sister who happen to hear Brother Polight speak. If Brother Polight says something that you don't agree with, before you criticize Brother Polight, try to ask him first why he say what he says.
Yes.
Because if you ask Brother Polight first why he says what he says, then you'll see that there is no need for criticism. So it is very important when anyone, not just Brother Polight, says something that you don't agree with, before you give a comment in reference to what is said, or before you object, first ask Brother Polight or that individual why they say what they say.
That's a
Thanks
fact.
again, Brother Polight.
What's that you say? We're teachers,
Student first.
student first, teachers sometimes.
Yes. Always. We're always students, sometimes teacher.
Always students.
Always students. So a baby who just born, a true intellect knows he can learn something from that baby that just born. And when we're dealing with knowledge, don't use the age of the individual speaking. Don't look at his gray beard and say because he's an elder we must accept that. No. Look at Brother Polight face and mind. He's the youth. He's the elder. But remember that Dr. Bidi is saying he has learned a lot from Brother Polight. Even just certain aspect of psychology and biology. And Dr. Bidi has heard some things that he has never heard in his life before. But no, it's not the time and place for me to question Brother Polight. But he will question him as time goes by. Thanks again, Brother Polight.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Love you, man.
We're gonna get that.
Yes, yes. So salute to y'all. Y'all got an excellent build. Very short period of time. Let me keep it going. About to head out. State into other countries. Peace to you. Love you all. It's Barbershop Talking.